out. So just multitasking. Just yesterday I was at a rally for a brother in Philadelphia who was murdered. Well-loved brother, guy who wasn't into the streets. Guy was doing a lot of positive things, building businesses, helping other folks build businesses, etc. And for whatever reason, somebody took his life, and it was definitely unjust for them to take this guy's life. Not that anybody should be killed, but most people are living a certain kind of way. It's like a you reap what you sow type thing, So if you in the game, you know what happens in the game. But in this particular case, the guy wasn't, and everybody were surprised. It was like they were in disbelief that something like this could happen. Even though I don't feel like it should have happened, I wasn't in disbelief. Nothing about our culture says that an everyday working man won't get killed. It's nothing about our culture that says people aren't going to feel comfortable killing another black man. There's nothing about our culture that makes it seem like if somebody's doing their thing in a positive way and they're getting money, that somebody won't rob them. No part of our culture demands that we not treat each other in that kind of way. But if we don't demand it, are we celebrating it? Are we supporting it? Are we condoning it? And the answer to all of those things is yes. Now, me personally, I deal with a lot of psychology. So I look at things that are being done, things that are being said, and how those thoughts evolve into actions. A lot of times folks think I'm going too far, or I'm reaching, or I'm going too deep, but that's because they're just shallow. They don't understand the psyche. They don't understand that whatever you pour into your psyche is going to be received by your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is just unprotected. So if you're not watching what goes in, you're not watching what you're intaking, you don't know what's going to begin to happen because of what you're taking in. So you've taken in all of these subconscious ideas, and these subconscious ideas become a part of your conscious makeup, and then you begin to act out according to what's subconsciously in your mind. So I want to talk about how we subconsciously support our own genocide. So I'm going to start with social media right now, because social media is what is really driving the culture. Whether it's driving forward, whether it's stagnant, whether it's going behind, social media is what's driving the culture. What we see on Instagram, people are emulating. What people are saying on Twitter, people are saying in their normal lives. What's going on Facebook is now making its way in people's lives, and it becomes a part of who we are. Being from Philly, we started a lot of stuff that we were saying, that we start saying it on Twitter. Next thing you know, people in the reality shows are saying it. You know what I'm saying? And then it just becomes a part of everybody's life. You're saying certain things, and you don't even dig what you're saying. So let's start off with this, right? What's my first point? Don't tell me I forgot my first point. I need to write this stuff down instead of trying to keep it right in my mind. The first point is, okay, boom, got you. Everybody's talking about how petty they are. So we're on social media, we're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and for some odd reason, being petty has become something that is glamorized and okay. Now, I don't know about y'all. See, I'm from a different. I'm a '90s baby. I was made in the '90s, so I was made in a different era where things was a little different. And when somebody was petty, that wasn't no good thing. A person who was petty was not somebody you looking like, yeah, I'm petty, y'all. Niggas looking at you like, you petty? Yeah, you petty. Man, get the hell away from us, because we don't hang with no petty folks. Now, but this is the question. If every day you're typing you're petty, you're saying you're petty, you got memes about being petty, how can you not expect petty things to begin to happen? If everybody is so excited about being petty, how can we continually say that with an unguarded subconscious mind, to hear petty, to see petty in memes, to see videos that we attribute to being petty, and then we act like we're not going to have petty actions within our community? It's impossible for you to think that you can say these things or intake these things, read these things, repost these things, and then they don't become a part of our makeup in our communities. You are out of your mind if you don't think that hearing that constantly or saying that constantly is going to cause petty actions. But you might say, well, petty ain't that bad. Okay, you're right. Petty's not that bad. But petty becomes bad when it's connected to the rest of the stuff that we're saying. Nowadays, what is everybody else always saying? I'm a savage. Now, everybody's talking about they savages. I'm a savage. I'm a savage. Well, what's a savage? A savage is definitely somebody who's going to harm their brother or sister. A savage is somebody who's definitely going to rob their brother or sister. A savage is somebody who's definitely going to kill their brother or sister. A savage is somebody who don't want to practice no group economics with nobody else because they want to take everything from themselves. A savage is somebody who don't care about their damn neighborhood because all they care about is getting stuff for themselves. If you are professing out of your mouth that you are a savage, how do you think savagery is not going to happen in our communities? So now you're petty and you're a savage. What could ever be worse in our community than a petty savage? What can be worse in your community than a petty savage? Somebody who's so petty that they will move on anything, but they're also a savage. So if I'm a savage to the point where I might shoot and kill somebody, I'm going to do it over petty stuff. And then we keep acting like we're surprised when somebody's killed over petty things, but you talking about being petty savages. So subconsciously, you got to understand your psyche. I know, Mitch, you're going too deep. You're going too far. Okay, I hear you. That's not the truth. The truth is whatever you feed your psyche is going to take over in your actions at some point in time. And if we are continually talking about being petty savages, we are going to continue to see savagery happen over petty things. So we got petty. We got savage. Now, you know, the third thing I want to deal with right now that we got so many folks saying this, and it's crazy because it's a lot of women also. It's a picture of them with their friend in the car, and it's, I got a hitter to the left of me. Well, we understand a hitter is somebody who's going to kill for you, right? Somebody that's going to rob, somebody that's going to kill, somebody that's going to shoot. Now, so now you're celebrating the fact that you have a killer next to you. Now you're celebrating him and you're professing, and not only that, you're labeling the person that's with you as some kind of assassin. But yet you're going to be surprised when that person assassinates somebody or somebody assassinates them. So we have a culture of people who are subconsciously petty, savage hitters. And then we think ain't nobody going to get killed. A culture full of self-professed, petty, savage hitters. And nobody gonna get killed over petty stuff? Come on, y'all. It's impossible for us to believe these kind of things. Everybody say, it's just music. It's just social media. No, it is your subconscious mind. It is your subconscious mind. And what's programmed in your subconscious mind, you don't even know how it's affecting you because you're not protecting it. You're not making sure you don't have negative things put into your mind. Now, people talk about ego all the time. And they really try to make ego synonymous with some kind of pride issue, when ego has nothing to do with that. If you read Sigmund Freud's book, The Id, the Ego, and the Superego, to understand what the ego is, the ego has nothing to do with your pride. Or maybe it might have a little, but what your ego is. Your ego is the part in your subconscious mind that weighs information according to its past experiences and puts in your subconscious mind how you should respond to something according to how it has happened in your life before. So now, if I'm in school and I fail 4 straight tests, my ego will perceive me failing the test as I'm a bad test taker. So that's what it will tell your conscious mind. And that's why we have so many people saying, I'm not good at taking tests. I'm not good at this or that. It's because experiences, what has been poured into their life, is received by their ego. Their ego then takes that and puts it into your subconscious mind. But see, all you're aware of is what's in your conscious mind. You're not aware of what's in your subconscious mind, feeding your conscious mind, unless you're intentionally making sure you're having the right intake. So our egos, which really don't have anything to do with pride, your egos, not just say yours and point fingers at everybody else, our egos are fed petty. Our egos are fed savage. Our egos are fed hit her to the left of me. Our egos are fed, I popped the molly, I'm sweating. Woo! Our egos are fed, I pop a perk and let it go through my body. Our egos are fed, I'm sipping on some scissor. Our egos are fed all these different things. We listen to Lil Wayne. Our women's egos are fed, you like a bitch with no ass. You ain't got shit. Oh, now I gotta go get butt injections. You think this is... You gotta understand the psyche. You gotta understand the psyche. But let's push this thing a little further. Because even outside of social media, and we'll come back to that on the back end. But I was in the streets for a lot of years of my life. And when I was growing up, there was a difference between the gangster and the everyday working man. Nowadays, it seems as if those who have no involvement in underworld activity want to have the same persona as those who do. These folks are getting up and going to work every day, but now they want to have the same persona as a drug dealer. Now, this is a big cycle. You know, there were men who were drug dealers who dressed a certain way, walked a certain way, talked a certain way, had the money, was popping the bottles. And so that began to draw the attention of the women. And then the women were following after those guys. So now the working men feel like, well, in order for me to get the woman, I got to look like the guys that they want. And then it's just this big circle. But the problem with this is, if the everyday, and we always got to think nation, always got to think future. If the everyday working man is giving off the persona of drug dealer, what image does that give to the next generation? What image does that give to the youth when the person who works for SEPTA or whatever your public transportation company is in your state is walking around and he's acting like he's some kind of gangster? Now, who are the young guys going to look up to? They can't tell the working man from the drug dealer. And so now it's just, well, everybody look like they in the game. I might as well be in the game. Shoot, we got women that's dressing their little 4-year-olds like the dude that left them. My daughter gonna say, preach, Dad. I love you, baby. But look how deep this gets. We got people getting up at the crack of dawn, getting more subconscious, watch this, to go to their job. They post a picture and they caption it, I'm on my way to the trap to secure the bag. You ain't on your way to no damn trap. You on your way to work. You ain't securing no bag. You securing a direct deposit. You securing a check. What? Why do you want to turn work into something that's supposed to be street-like? What? Why are we continuing? I'm in a trap. You not in the trap. You not in the trap. You at work. You ain't securing no bag. You probably won't even see the money. It's going straight to your account. You're going to check it on the phone, and you just going to hear the numbers, and then you're going to swipe your card. Where did you secure a bag at? But how do we think all these innuendos, how do we think all of these things that we are saying are not subconsciously preparing our minds to be okay with our own genocide? You a working person, but you acting like you in a trap. Come on. We got to do better than that. We got to do better than that. We have to make sure those of us who are not ingratiated with the street life, that we are putting off a persona to the youth and to our peers that it's okay to just be a working person. My homegirl Asia just did a video the other day, and I wish her page was open so I could have saved it and reposted it. But she was just talking about how, she knows like a lot of women have made it seem as if they only want the guy who's a drug dealer. But I want to shout out to the working men, because the working men are lit also. But for some reason, y'all, we walking around acting like it's not. And we think that if we continually to say, I'm petty, I am a savage, I got a hitter to the left of me, I'm in the trap, I'm secure in the bag, that we're not going to breed some kind of culture that people are going to harm each other. How can you have petty, savage, hitter, drug dealers trying to secure a bag and ain't nobody going to get harmed? We push our culture towards this, and then we act crazy when we receive it. Let's push this a little bit further. Again, social media is what's taking it and pushing everything. This is how we can change it also. So we put up a picture, a guy. These niggas is broke. These niggas can't afford this rollie. You niggas ain't got this. We got the women, they dress, these bitches, they ain't on my level. These is red bottoms. You know what I'm saying? All of this, right? How can you, right, post talking about you niggas ain't got what I got, talking about you bitches ain't on my level, and then say, why the city got full of so many jealous people? Wasn't your entire post to provoke jealousy? I mean, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I don't think if you post a post saying these bitches ain't on my level, that's calling for some kind of unity. I don't think if you post a picture with you and your rollie and you niggas ain't got no money, I don't think that's asking for people to join you to get their own Rolex also. Now maybe I'm crazy, but what those posts say to me is, I want y'all to be jealous of me. I want you to understand I got things that you don't got. What's the concept behind flossing, stunting, and shitting on niggas? What's the concept behind it? The concept behind it is, I want you to be jealous of me. But then when somebody's jealous of you and act petty, savage, and hitter like, oh my God, why would they do that? Why are they jealous? You want them to be jealous. You ain't want them to be jealous? You ain't want them to be jealous. My brothers and sisters, we really got to recognize when we are subconsciously training our minds, training our youth, training our peers to act in certain ways that are detrimental to our people. We can no longer support our own genocide subconsciously through the things that we say and the things that we do, and then act surprised when those things happen. You are always going to reap what you sow. You are always going to reap what you sow. You cannot put all of this negative energy out there and expect some kind of positivity to come back. You can't continue to listen to all of this negative rap and negative music and then think something positive is going to be in your spirit. We were literally at a rally because a brother got killed yesterday, and the DJ was playing music of black rappers talking about killing black people. What? Is you saying, come on, turn up. Y'all know we turned up when we was in the club. We not in the club. We had a rally because somebody's dead. We had a rally because somebody's dead, and you want me to turn up to music about a black man that's killing another black man, and we just think this stuff ain't got no kind of connection. We just think it's no correlation between none of this. No, it ain't none of that. Let me show you how deep and easy it is to connect this. Late 80s, Queen Latifah comes out with her biggest hit, U-N-I-T-Y. Gotta let them know, U-N-I-T-Y. She said, she getting that song. She said, I punched a brother dead in his eyes. So who you calling a bitch? During that era, you couldn't call a woman a bitch. It was not acceptable to call a woman a bitch. The queen The queen rapper that was in charge, the female who was running the rap game said, no, y'all ain't gonna be calling me no bitches. And at that point in time, you could not call a woman no bitch. But then Queen Latifah got replaced with the queen bitch. And then when Little Kim self-proclaimed herself the queen bitch, she began to shift the culture. And then it went from women not wanting to be called, not accepting being called bitches, to wanting to be called bitches. And then the queen bitch went from her to Trina to the baddest bitch. And now we still got all of these women who want to be bad bitches, all because the music that they took into their subconscious mind made them feel absolutely okay with being disrespected. But we think that none of this stuff has any correlation. I promise you, I'm not going too deep. I promise you, this is just what's going on. This is just what's going on, kings and queens. We cannot think that we can speak negative things, that we can take in negative things, and not receive negativity in our lives. It's 100% impossible, y'all. So this is how we are subconsciously supporting our own genocide. But whatever you do that produce a negative result, all you have to do is do the opposite to correct it. So now all of us, we're challenged to be intentional about saying positive things. Instead of calling yourself petty, call yourself loyal. Instead of calling yourself a savage, call yourself someone who's building your community. Instead of a hitter being to the left of you, let a business partner be to the left of you. If you're going to work, say you're going to work. If you're securing this check, say you're securing the check. Don't call yourself a bad bitch. Don't call yourself a real nigga. Don't call yourself all of these things that are not conducive to building and empowering our race. Speak positivity over yourself. Speak positivity over everybody else. Make sure your captions are positive. Your posts are positive. Your interactions are positive. Make sure you're letting people know that you love them while they're alive. Remember, I did a video, treat people like they're dead. A lot of folks just read it and commented like, "How you mean treat people like they're dead?" Well, when somebody dies, you get on the phone and you start calling everybody about it. You start texting everybody about it. You start putting up posts about them. You start putting up all the old pictures about, with you and that person. Like, oh my God, I love this person this much. But when that person started a business, you ain't said a word. We will call our entire phone, but damn, what happened to so-and-so? Damn, you heard what happened to him? Don't call nobody when they start a business. You done posted all 100 pictures you done had with this person since you was 5. You ain't post their business. You ain't post when they graduated from school. You ain't post when they got their license, they RN. You ain't post when he got his license as a mechanic. You ain't post none of that stuff. But as soon as he died, miss my bro so much. Oh, he meant so much to me. He ain't even know because you never told